Hi, I'm Michael Schachner. Today we're at Tertulia, one of New York's hottest Spanish restaurants, where I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite wine regions in the world, Ribera del Duero. Ribera del Duero, which means on the banks of the Duero River, is located about 100 miles north and a little bit west of Madrid, on the high plains of Castilla y León. Wine's been made here for over 2,000 years, but really it's only been since 1982 since Ribera has operated as a Denominación de Origen, or what we call a DO. The wineries are largely family-owned and quality-oriented for one major reason. It's a tough area. It's high in elevation, the winters are harsh, the summers are dry, and overall this amounts to extreme viticulture. Also, irrigation is shunned, so large-scale winemaking is not an option. In Ribera, the main grape is Tempranillo, often referred to as Tinto Fino. It produces deeply colored, powerful, yet balanced wines. So while Ribera's extreme conditions may be tough on winemakers, it's exactly what results in such expressive, intense, and delicious wines. There are 6 prominent styles of Ribera del Duero wines, ranging from light and fruity, to dark and complex, to age-worthy. The most basic is called Joven, or young in Spanish. Jovens spend little to no time in oak, so what you get is a pure expression of the Tempranillo grape. Freshness, bouncy mouthfeel, and flavors of cherry, raspberry, and plum. A rung up the ladder is a category called Roble, or oak. Roble wines spend as much as 12 months in barrel, but in reality, most spend about 3 to 6 months in oak. As a result, they have mild but noticeable aromas and flavors of milk chocolate, vanilla, and spice. Like Jovens, they're good value wines to pair with things like pizzas and hamburgers. The next step up in complexity is Crianza. Crianzas must be aged 12 months in barrel, and they cannot be released until at least 2 years after the harvest. Crianzas are medium in body, moderately oaky, and very food friendly. These go ideally with Spain's justly famous hams, Iberico and Serrano, but also rice dishes and other foods that are not that hearty or heavy. Reserva wines take things a step further in the aging process. They must be held for 3 years in barrel and bottle before release. Reservas are definitively oaky, generous in body and feel, and can be kept for years in a nice temperature-controlled cellar for future enjoyment. Gran Reservas are unique in the sense that they're only made in outstanding vintages. Also, Gran Reservas must spend 5 years at the winery before release, with at least 2 in barrel. Like Reservas, Gran Reservas are full-bodied, well-oaked wines that are easy to enjoy upon release, but can get even better if they spend a lot of time on their sides in a nice temperature-controlled cellar. With Reservas, Gran Reservas, and many of the region's iconic wines that aren't labeled as such, prices vary from about $20 for a basic Reserva up to 3 figures for the best of the best. What doesn't vary is what you should eat with these wines, and that's meat. And finally, we come to the catch-all category, where all you're looking for is the DO Cosecha seal. Many of Ribera's most iconic wines don't have any indication as to how the wine was aged. But rest assured, wines like these come from the best vineyards, which produce the best grapes, and the wines were aged in the best barrels. Just looking at this array of incredible wine matched with this traditional feast of Spanish foods, it brings back great memories of all my trips to Ribera del Duero, and it also reinforces what makes this region such a vital part of Spain's booming wine industry. Cheers.